pull up a chair. This is Off the Back Porch. Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer is brought to you in part by Country Village Sporting Goods. Everything you need to get in the woods, the water, or to the camp is at Country Village Sporting Goods. Jason Hardy State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Jason Hardy at State Farm is there. And Larry's Pizza in El Dorado, home of the Double Pizza Parade.
20 plus years of bringing you the most important and latest information with local happenings, news, sports, opinions, and probably an attempt at humor. Also brought to you in part by Davis Farms Country Market. For farm to table fresh, it's Davis Farms Country Market. Cook's Body Shop. Chances are it will happen. And when it does, look to Cook's. Murphy Arts District. For the latest information on concerts and events, go to eldomad.com.
Recorded live from Main Street Pizza in historic, beautiful downtown El Dorado, Arkansas. With a history of being the voices you trust. This is Off the Back Porch with Boomer and Sandy. Or Sandy and Boomer. Or two old guys you've known for a long time, whatever. And now your hosts, Troy, Boomer, Barrios, and B.A. Sandy Sanford.
So thank you, Johnny and Chad. It is the inaugural episode, if you will, of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. You can guess which one is which.
They can?
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
My thing is I pretend to be Boomer a lot.
Do you really?
I do. I go places and charge stuff. Just put this on my ticket. I'm Boomer. And,
yeah, that's been happening.
Yeah.
For a lot of years.
A lot of years now. That's exactly right. Hey, we so much appreciate you taking the moment to tune in to our podcast. We know this first one's going to be rough. We know that a lot of them are probably going to be rough, but want to stop real quick and just say that today's show is being brought to you in part by our friends at Country Village Sporting Goods. Hey, the tackle department is growing with new stuff arriving every week. Check out their hand-tied sloppy crappie jigs. You ever heard of a sloppy crappie jig?
When I throw it, it's pretty sloppy. Yeah.
But I understand, Boomer, these jigs there's a rumor that they're magical.
Magical powers or something? Or
they say you drop it in the water and it turns into a fish.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
All right.
I wasn't there. As Boomer's lovely wife, Martha, would say, I don't have a Polaroid.
Yeah.
I wasn't holding the light.
I wasn't holding the light.
That's right.
But the big girls tell me.
The big girls tell me. That's right.
Yeah.
So go get you some and let us know how those work out. Hey, turkey season opens April 21st, goes through May the 11th, and Country Village Sporting Goods has just received a new shipment of Woodhaven turkey calls. So everything you need to get you on the water in the woods, you'll find it at Country Village Sporting Goods, 965 Smackover Highway in El Dorado. And thanks to our friend Trey and out at Country Village Sporting Goods. So,
yep.
Boomer, what's been happening?
Man, like today?
I'm just thinking, it's been 13 years since we did a radio show together.
Well, lots transpired in 13 years. We don't have time to do all that. But
I got more kids since then.
You have more kids, and I almost died once.
Yes.
I almost died
you
once.
Sure did.
But I didn't.
Yeah, thankfully.
And, a lot of people, I woke up and there was a lot of people standing there. And I looked over at Fro and I said, am I sick? She goes, you're pretty bad, Daddy. And I said, well, then y'all need to get on out of here.
Y'all need to raise on up and let me have some rest then.
Yeah, but anyway, I retired. I sold out my insurance business, and I work for United Insurance now and still train dogs in the morning and work out of my house. So it's been a good life so far.
Yeah.
Martha said I can retire when Jesus comes. So there we go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as long as she's getting up and going to work.
Yeah, she's not.
Oh, well, never mind. So, yeah, let's see. Last time we were doing a radio show together, my oldest was a senior in high school.
Yes.
And she is now finishing up her second year of law school.
At Tulsa.
Yeah, at the University of Tulsa.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, today she had to argue in front of a mock Supreme Court. She had to argue the case. It's the gun case out of New York where, the Supreme Court ended up striking down the New York law saying you couldn't have concealed carry.
Yes.
And so she's arguing on part of the petitioner, that is the people who want to carry guns.
Oh, good. That's where she wants to be.
I'm not sure that's where she wants to be, but it is the winning side. They did win that case.
Yeah.
So
you did raise sort of a liberal daughter.
I did not.
Okay, she turned out that way.
We laugh about it all the time. I say, I raised you all those years, kept you alive by some miracle of God. I sent you off to college as a Republican, and you come back a liberal.
See, that's what happens.
And
Yep.
she laughed. She said, Dad, I come back thinking for myself.
There you go.
And I
Well,
was like,
quit doing that. Stop it. Don't do that.
Let me tell you what to think.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that is not what I tell my kids. I do not tell them, let
Yeah.
me think for you.
Go be what you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it's what I want. Now, I've got one that fell far from the tree, too. So here we go.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
it's not she didn't fall. Mine didn't fall far from the tree.
Well, I didn't know. Yeah. Well,
she's
she just,
smart
she
and
just
she's
stood up
beautiful
and walked.
and she is very intelligent. And
She is.
I applaud her. And what's so funny is some of her quote unquote more leftish beliefs that she had, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. Not so much.
They've moderated a
Yeah.
little. And
Well, can we say where her ultimate goal is going to be, where she's going to go as her corporate job? Or
I don't think we know.
Oh, has that changed?
No, I mean, all she's told me is
Yeah.
she said, Dad, I may never leave Tulsa.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. But at one point, she had some people that she was going to work for.
Yeah, at one point she had been.
I mean, some of them were named Guido and stuff, but
she was going to be the consigliere
consigliere
of a
for
family. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I'm not
No,
talking about it.
no. We don't want to talk about that.
Anyway,
Okay.
Again, thank you for coming along and welcome to the show.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of fun. Again, since we last did a radio show, my oldest son has graduated college. And he's now working on his master's, and he's living and working here in town.
Yeah.
And that's great. I'm glad to have him home. My middle son, who used to be my youngest son,
Yeah,
but now he's Jax is my oldest
Jax
son.
is, yeah.
Cam is my middle son, who
Yeah.
used to be my youngest son.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
But he's not anymore.
No.
Anyways, Cam got his degree from Louisiana Tech, ever loyal B. And he is now working on his master's at Louisiana Tech and is working for Louisiana Tech.
I graduated from Louisiana Tech in 79, and I have some friends that I went to college with that are still there.
That are still there.
And
Yeah.
then some folks go to college, and this one friend of mine, good friend of mine, became a real estate developer, and he is still everything Louisiana Tech. He is a bulldog at heart. Grew up in New Orleans area in Metairie, and just never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot at Tech.
And I had a college roommate that actually worked for the university and stayed there, and I think he's retired from the university now. So
Yeah, I think that's what'll happen with
they
Cam.
kicked me out when I left. They said that's it.
So, the Munchkin,
Yeah,
she was a new addition since
Sure.
we last did a show.
and she is how old?
She is about to be 18.
Yeah, I knew she was younger when y'all got married.
5. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
but-
5 when I met
Y'all
her.
been married that long?
Yeah, a long time.
At the
put up
country
with-
club.
Yeah, she's put up with me for a long time.
Good Lord.
But yeah, she was 5 when I met her, and
Your wife? No, Munchkin. That's right. I'm sorry. Keep me straight.
The jokes about my wife being young, they'll get old after a minute. Okay,
So that's enough? Right there?
we're getting close.
Okay. She drives by. She's gonna,
she will.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So here a few
she
weeks ago,
pokes up like a poltergeist.
a few weeks ago, Boomer and I and Grant Merrill and Jax
Yeah.
are sitting on the patio at Dorado Grill eating chips and salsa and just cussing and discussing and
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I hear a and I look up and there goes my
Said
beautiful
wife.
wife driving by and she got all them kids in the truck. I was like, oh, please don't
Lord.
bring them up here. Keep driving. Like, y'all don't look at her. Y'all don't look at her.
And they
No,
all
she
going,
won't notice.
Daddy! No.
She won't notice. Just
Yeah. Hide my beer.
So anyway, but yeah, the Munchkin, not sure where she's going to go to college. I'm not sure she needs to be honest with you.
She's a pretty smart child as well.
She knows everything.
Sure. Well, they all do at 18.
Yeah, at 18,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's
Yeah.
17, about to be 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows everything. So I say that and I'll be like on the phone in my office and she'll poke her head around that door and like,
Like eyeballing you.
yeah, like, what are you telling people?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So then keep going now.
yeah,
There's the
so-
Munchkin.
Yeah, there's the Munchkin. And then,
And here's the next family.
yeah, the princess.
The princess.
Yeah, the princess just turned 9, and she is extremely smart.
Now, the last time I came over, she and Nolan both claimed me.
Yes.
And one of them said, he's mine. And the other one said, no, he's mine. So I don't know whose I am now, but it's, that
Yeah.
was, If next time you invite me for crawfish, we'll find out.
Yeah,
because
well-
that was the last time I was there.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Do you owe me even back no child support or anything? I mean, if they're claiming you,
Yeah, there you go.
somebody needs to write me a check.
No, I didn't say they were mine. They said I'm theirs.
Oh, there's a big difference in that.
Whole different scenario.
It's funny because we went to, when Boomer still had his house down at Felsenthal, and we were down there one time, and he's over in his recliner, and the princess was maybe 3 years old, maybe 3. And she just kept walking over to him saying, "Why don't you have any toys?" And he's like, "Well, baby, we don't ever have kids around."
My grandkids weren't toy age anymore.
And so she just didn't understand how someone as fun as Boomer could not have toys at his house. She didn't understand that. So yeah, there's the princess. She's very intelligent. She's 9. A couple of years ago, one of her teachers sent me a text and said, "Well, I know what y'all talk about at your house." And I was like, "Oh dear God,
Lord.
I'm afraid to know." And so I was like, "I don't even want to know." And she sent me a picture of this homework or classwork sheet they did. And it said, Boomer used to go to the store and buy 5 candy bars for $1. Now he goes to the store and buys 4 candy bars for $1. How much is each candy bar? And she wrote 25 cents. Thanks for nothing, Joe Biden.
No, she did.
Yes, she did.
Oh, my word.
She got home that evening. I was like, "Baby, let me explain to you." And she's like, "Well, he made the price of everything go up." I was like, "It's not like he personally went to the store and said, y'all aren't charging enough for that." So,
But somebody did. I heard him say it.
and then there is the blessing we had not anticipated, and that is His Royal Highness, Nolan.
Nolan.
And he is
He's
obviously...
a dude.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is 100%
Yeah,
boy,
he's the
that's
boy.
for sure.
Yeah.
But obviously, we named him after a great mentor and friend, Bill Nolan.
Yeah.
And whom we lost back in 2012.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was so hard to believe. But yeah, so that's the update.
So is that it?
That's the update
And
on
that's
all
the
the kids
way
that I
we
know about.
became the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so
pretty close. Yeah.
The Sandcastle Bunch.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer coming up right after this. Hey, welcome back for more of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. And do you want to tell them where the name Off the Back Porch came from?
Well, years ago on the radio, on the morning show on Kicks 103, we used to do Off the Back Porch weather and our front porch weather, and we
did
had
both,
sponsors. And it's when Chase was doing the show, when I was doing the show with Chase. And, Chase was great at picture of the mind and was able to create all kind of characters and all. But for some reason, he added chickens to it. Off the Back Porch with the chickens. Yeah. So he wanted to have that picture of it. So that's what I've got in my mind now. Chickens off the back porch.
I came in one day and said, "Chase, what are you doing?" "Well, I mean, country station, back porch, just figured there was chickens." I was like,
"Whoa.
We're in the middle of town."
Yeah.
We are in the middle of a 4-lane avenue.
Yeah, there's cigarette butts, but there's no chickens.
There's no chickens. And but yeah, then we kind of had a little script for the weather. And it was like, when you get ready to do the weather, give the temperature in El Dorado, then pick one of these towns and add 1 degree, and then pick one of these towns and take away 1 degree. So it would be like it's 70 degrees in El Dorado, 71 in Magnolia, 69 in Camden, and off the back porch at Kicks 103, it is 70 degrees.
Yeah.
And that was kind of where the Off the Back Porch came from. Hey, real quick, want to talk to you about our friends at Davis Farms Country Market. Now, spring has sprung at Davis Farms Country Market. They are bringing the farm straight to your fork with daily deliveries of crisp, local spring vegetables and ripe tomatoes, fresh ears of corn, the first batches of cucumber, and more. All of it's being grown by nearby farmers, by your neighbors and your friends. Stop by and taste spring the way nature intended, only at Davis Farms Country Market, 4523 Junction City Highway in El Dorado. All right, Boomer, I have a game I'd like for us to play.
All right. How does it go?
It's called the You Guess Advice Hotline.
Okay. All right.
So basically, you give me a scenario.
Okay.
And then I will give you some advice.
Yes.
And you tell me whether that advice is real or whether it's not. All right, so why don't you go ahead and give me a scenario?
Well, let me think. Okay, I got it.
Okay, good.
Ring, ring.
Thank you very much for calling the You Guess Advice Hotline. My name is Ralph.
I'm a fine American friend. Okay, Ralph, here's the deal. Dog runs into the kitchen when I'm in there almost every day.
Okay.
But for the last few days, every time he comes in, he whimpers and backs out. It's almost like he's seen a ghost. It's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Oh, yes, I can see how this would be a problem to you. May I ask, sir, what is the name you are called?
Boomer.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Boomer. This situation you are speaking of is very troubling. And let me ask you a few.
Okay.
Number one, do you keep vegetables in your kitchen?
No, I keep them in the bathroom. Of course I keep. There's vegetables in the kitchen, yes.
Oh, see, you were making it funny with me just then, weren't you?
Well, I'm trying to where you keep your vegetables, actually. That's, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is there a basket with the vegetables anywhere on or near the floor?
Well, that's impressive, yes. The vegetables are in a little 3-tier basket thing, yeah.
Okay, we are now coming upon the problem solution. In the vegetable basket, what kind of vegetables would there be?
Well, I think we have some cucumbers and some squash is there, radishes, and then there's some onions in there.
This is it. This is it. You have done it, Mr. D. Boomer. You have solved the mystery. Very good for you, Scooby-Doo. Your dog has allodoxophobia. It is the fear of onions. To remedy this, you should get rid of the onions or move them to a place where the dog cannot see them.
Okay. Okay, that's worth a try, but thank you, Ralph. No.
No, Mr. Boomer, it has been my pleasure to be of service to you. Now I must read this to you carefully. Services provided to you by the You Guess Advice Hotline are free of charge, but you must be aware that at some point in this conversation, one of my colleagues has gotten into your phone and is stealing all of your data. You will not be charged for this call, but you may end up with several new credit cards in your name in the future. Thank you very much, and please call again. Okay, Boomer, there it is.
Oh, that's not.
Allodoxophobia.
Allodoxophobia.
Yeah. Is that real or is that fake?
I think it's not real. I think it's fake.
Ding, ding, ding. Allodoxophobia is actually a real fear, but it is not the fear of onions.
No.
It is the fear of other people's opinions.
Oh, I've got that. I've had that for a long time. It's not so much I fear your opinion.
Can you stay categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Does that go along with clownodamphobia?
Yes, clownodamphobia.
Yeah.
Now that's true, and that in the little people. You know that clowns and little people just. Hey, I'm going to tell you now, and I'm off script here for a second, but I'm coming down Champano last night late. And I'm telling you, there was a little short person. I've never seen a short. Now there's nothing against short people. I'm just afraid of them. And he was walking down the sidewalk there, and I hurried home and locked all my doors.
Keep those cards and letters coming, folks.
I'm telling you.
Send those care of Boomer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, going to take a moment here just to talk about one of our sponsors, and that is Jason Hardy State Farm. Now, look, life happens.
Yes.
But with Jason Hardy State Farm, you're never facing it alone. Whether it's auto, home, or life insurance, your Jason Hardy State Farm agent is here to help you find the coverage that fits your needs and, more importantly, your budget. With personalized service, trusted protection, and 24/7 support, it's no wonder people trust State Farm every day. Stop by Jason Hardy's office on West Main in El Dorado, and like a good neighbor, Jason Hardy and State Farm are there.
He's a good guy.
He is a fabulous guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Second generation.
Yeah,
his mama was the agent.
Yeah. Fabulous guy.
Good family.
So, Boomer, one of the things we used to talk a lot about, and that was Florida Man. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a kind of a game you can play. You can just go to Google and type in any date.
Yeah.
And it will show up, and Florida Man, April 10th. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I typed in.
Okay. You typed in Florida Man April 10th, and just to see what would happen on that day.
Just to see.
Okay.
This is what came up. This was from today. This was a story that was posted today. I think this happened a couple days ago.
Okay.
A man called the police on himself after hitting another man with a hatchet at the BurgerFi in Jupiter, Florida, causing the victim to lose consciousness and a large amount of blood. Jupiter Police Department said on Tuesday at 11:10 p.m., officers responded to BurgerFi on Indiantown Road after a report from Bradley Amick, who claimed he had struck another man with a hatchet.
He just called
911 and said, I just hit a man with a hatchet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upon arriving, police found the victim on the ground, unconscious and bleeding, with no clothes on, and a significant pool of blood around him.
Hold up. Hold up. Back up a sentence now. Upon arriving.
Yeah. Police found the victim on the ground, unconscious and bleeding.
Wait. Now read this slow.
With no clothes on.
Okay.
And a significant pool of blood around him.
That changes the story to get all together with that little prepositional phrase, with no clothes on.
Right.
Okay.
Emergency services from Palm Beach Fire Rescue quickly arrived to assist the man, according to the victim. So evidently they brought him back. And according to him, he had approached Mr. Amick to collect $20 that Mr. Amick owed to his friend known as Muggsy.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man, you got Muggsy's money. More importantly, why aren't you wearing clothes?
I'm fixing to hit you with this hatchet.
During their confrontation, the victim claimed, the victim claimed that Amick pulled out a hatchet and attacked him. And if it stopped there, that was enough.
Yeah.
After I punched him in the face.
After he allegedly punched him. So said dude, victim, punched Hatchet Man in the face.
And then Hatchet Man hit him with a hatchet.
Okay, yeah. You can't show up naked somewhere and punch somebody and not expect to get hit by a hatchet. Yeah.
Exactly. That to me, this is a open and shut case.
It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Hatchet Man covers punching man naked.
Yes,
yeah,
every time.
Every time.
You know, I think I could go to Florida and defend this man in court.
And win.
Your Honor, I would like to point out, my client was standing there by his truck, minding his own business, when a naked man came up to him and punched him in the face.
Say, you owe Muggsy some money, and I'm here to collect it.
I want Muggsy's money. So my client did what was only natural, Your Honor, and that was to reach into the bed of his truck.
Split his head open with a hatchet.
Take out a hatchet and beat this man unconscious with it. And then my client did the responsible thing and called police, Your Honor.
Yeah. Because he's the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
incidentally, Mr. Amick is being held on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon causing bodily injury.
I think he's defending himself. Maybe he shouldn't have used a hatchet.
Well, I mean,
but if someone comes up to you with no clothes on, hatchet is the right tool.
It's what he had available, you know.
I'm saying.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. When someone comes up to me naked, if I'm at the burger place, Burger Five, I don't know what that is in.
Yeah, I don't know what a Burger Fi is either.
In Southern terms. But, yeah, if someone comes up to you naked, I'm retreating. I'm not,
Go play crazy somewhere else.
That's Sandy's line. Yeah.
That is my line.
Yeah.
I don't play with crazy people.
Yeah.
I don't do that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. And welcome back for more of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. And if you haven't figured out by now, we are recording live at Main Street Pizza.
Main Street Pizza.
And, man, what a great place. I really love it.
We all like to come to Main Street. When I say we all, Fro and I and the kids, and we like that big table over here. And, you can't see it, but I'm pointing over there. And it's just a good family place. They make good pizza. Mm-hmm. And I like, there's certain times that you come when the pizza's exactly like you want it. Mm-hmm. And that's all the time.
Every single time. That's right.
Yep.
Hey, listen, life happens, and you may be using all of your energy right now helping a child pick a college. Maybe you're helping plan a wedding or a baby shower. Sometimes that means you're trying to do those things when life throws you a curveball, like someone hits your car. You don't have the time, the energy, or the inclination to deal with it. Well, that's why Jody Cook and Cook's Body Shop is here. Whether it's an insurance claim or just some minor cosmetic work that you put off for far too long, check with our friends at Cook's Body Shop. They are the official body shop partners for Off the Back Porch. When it happens, look to Cook's. All right. So, Boomer, this next segment is what we call drunk, high, or stupid. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I will tell you a story.
Okay.
And you have to tell me whether these people were drunk, high, or stupid. And sometimes it's a combination.
It's a combo.
It's a combination of all of them. Yeah. This one.
Excuse me.
This one is from Kansas.
Okay.
A babysitter looked under a bed to reassure a worried child there was not a monster hiding under there.
Okay.
She then came face to face with a man who wasn't supposed to be under the bed. According to the Barton County Sheriff's Office in Kansas, the 27-year-old was booked into jail this week after a struggle with the babysitter that knocked the child to the ground. Deputies were called late Monday, that was Monday of this week, to the home near Great Bend, Kansas.
Yeah.
The suspect was gone when they arrived, but the babysitter told them that the child had been complaining about a monster before she found the suspect under the bed. The man was spotted the next day, and after a short foot chase, was taken into custody. Now, that arrest happened on Tuesday of this week, right?
Okay.
Court records show that on Monday of this week, so the same day he was hiding under that bed,
Yeah.
he had just been released on bond for criminal threatening, domestic
dear Lord.
violence, and violation of a protection order.
Oh, dear Lord.
So my question is, drunk, high, or stupid?
Definitely stupid.
I think
Definitely.
that goes. I think that goes in. Yeah,
and most likely high. But
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because drunk may have not put him underneath a bed. That may have put him in a gutter.
Yeah.
But high, he thought maybe I need to hide. So I'm just,
hide. Yeah, that sounds a lot like.
Yeah.
All right, so I think you're right. I think that one's
so.
just stupid.
Yeah.
This one comes from Newark, New Jersey, and it is.
That's where Muggsy lives, by the way, from Florida.
You got Muggsy's money. No, but I got this hatchet.
It all kind of runs together, doesn't
it? It does, doesn't it? The Associated Press reporting a Pennsylvania man who was going through a security checkpoint at a New Jersey airport was found to have a live turtle concealed in his pants. According,
Hold up. He had a what?
A live turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the turtle was detected Friday after a body scan alarm went off, and the Newark Liberty International Airport TSA officer conducted a pat down and determined there was something concealed in the groin area of the man's pants.
Oh, no.
When questioned, the man reached into his pants and pulled out a turtle that was about 5 inches long and wrapped in a small blue towel. He said it was a red-eared slider turtle, and it's a popular species as a pet. The man, whose name was not released, was escorted from the checkpoint area by Port Authority police and ended up missing his flight. You think?
What kind of turtle now?
A red-eared slider turtle.
Red-eared.
Slider.
I've never seen a turtle with ears.
Now that you say
When they
it.
stick their head out, I've never seen any ears.
Well, maybe that's what made this one special. This one had ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have found one longer than 5 inches, though.
So, the man's name was not released. He was escorted, missed his flight. The turtle was confiscated, and it's not clear if the turtle was the man's pet or why exactly he had it in his pants. Well, I think it's pretty clear why he had it in his pants.
No, why is it clear to you?
Because you can't walk through an airport with a live animal.
Well, why didn't he leave it at home?
Well, that's a good question. Although that wasn't his home.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a Pennsylvania man.
Come on in. That's fine.
You're not bothering us.
They got it delivered.
Yeah. Y'all got business to do. We're just over here talking.
We're just over here just shooting the bull.
So-
I definitely know he's stupid.
Yes.
You can't pass. Now, if you got a turtle, put it in a little turtle knapsack on your back and say, what does that say? Oh, it's my support turtle.
Yes, it's my emotional support turtle.
Yeah.
I have a fear of flying, and so
Yeah.
I have this emotional support turtle.
Yeah.
And maybe you could get through with that, but
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But
It would be less crazy if you didn't have it in your
if you didn't hide it in your
crotch.
pants.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if you thought you could get away, I mean, you can't take live animals like in your lap on the airplane. You just can't do that.
No.
And so-
not a. Well, I'm telling you, I've seen people have an emotional support bird, a macaw or something. Now,
But
this
on an
one-
airplane?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
It was right there on TikTok. I mean,
Well,
and
now, okay.
everything on TikTok is
Okay.
true.
Now you've explained a lot, but okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I mean, she did get thrown off the plane.
That
It
doesn't surprise
was a
me.
macaw or whatever those. Yeah, and he just foul mouth. He was insulting everybody.
Even
He was insulting everybody that came by.
Yeah.
and it was bad. So she got thrown off the plane
Okay, so
because she was playing crazy.
yeah, see, and so that didn't work out for her either. The incident remains under investigation. It is not clear if the man faces any charges or penalties.
You charged with being stupid.
Yeah, I mean, stupid is an aggravated idiot is not a crime, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so
I want to tell you, and that, you know what? I don't know what it is about planes now that have people going nuts, Sandy. What is wrong with people?
Oh, that's a question for the ages. I mean, what is wrong with people?
You know, if they've got to call the authorities, whomever, the sheriffs or whatever, to come get you off the plane, and if you won't get off, I saw one where she said, I didn't do anything wrong. She said, well, we're going to have to deboard the whole plane. Everybody's coming off then. Don't you know there's going to be some people upset with you? They're going to be thumping you on your head when they walk.
I'm going to post you bail.
Yeah.
I'm going to post you bail.
Yeah, I'm going to be the one
right out here.
I'm going to be the one to let you out.
Come out here and let me thank you.
Anyway.
Hey, talk to you a little bit more about about some of our sponsors, and we appreciate every one of them. And by the way, if you would like to somehow or another put your name with this show, and I can't imagine why you would, but no, then just contact me through southarkansasnow.com or go to our Facebook page and you can contact me there. Hey, today's show is being brought to you in part by Larry's Pizza on Northwest Avenue in El Dorado, home of the Double Pizza Parade. Every Tuesday and Friday from 11 till 2 and then 5 until 8, it's the Pizza Parade. Now, sometimes, Boomer, I want just a classic pepperoni.
Yeah.
Or pepperoni and mushroom. That's my favorite pizza.
Okay.
Or maybe just a beef. And,
beef and onions is more than
I like that too. And but sometimes I have a taste for something else, but I don't want to buy a whole pizza for this taste for something else. And that's where the Pizza Parade kicks in. So I can get my pepperoni, but then I might get some baked potato pizza.
Yeah.
Or I might get a Fat Larry's. Or I might get some of that buffalo chicken pizza.
Yeah. Or then they have those dessert type pizzas with the Bavarian stuff on them and all.
That Bavarian cream pizza,
Sure.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you and I could sit in there real quiet at night and not bring any attention to ourselves, we would see the Lord himself come down and make those with the tears of little angels that he sprinkles on them. That Bavarian cream pizza is the best thing.
It is good.
Man, it's good.
Yeah.
I like that. So go on and check out our friends over at Larry's Pizza. Again, the Double Pizza Parade every Tuesday and Friday from 11 until 2 and 5 until 8 at Larry's Pizza. They also have a daily lunch buffet. That's Larry's Pizza on Northwest Avenue in El Dorado. Now, Boomer, we got some stuff coming up around the area.
Yes.
And I thought we'd talk about that just a little bit. South Arkansas Arts Center spring production of The Play That Goes Wrong. And I haven't went and seen it yet. I think we're supposed to go this weekend. But I was told it is an uproarious comedy. That it is probably one of the funniest plays
I heard that
the Art Center's ever put on. Says they promise to entertain all audiences. Production runs tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday with performances starting at 7:30 p.m. Ticket prices for all performances are $5 for students, $10 for South Arkansas Arts Center members, $15 for the general public. Don't miss out on the laughter and the chaos.
Yeah.
Coming up Monday, April the 14th, Flower Power, a hands-on arranging class. And so if you're ready to unleash your inner florist, Boomer.
Yeah.
You ready?
No.
Oh,
I'm going to keep him in.
Okay. Then join.
You see, I'm a florist man on the inside.
That's good. Hey, it's so funny. I actually showed my kids that video of that clip from Trading Places where Eddie Murphy's like, I'm a karate man.
Karate man on the inside.
Karate man brews on the inside. He don't show his weaknesses. And my little princess walked around the house like for 3 days saying, I'm a karate man.
I'm a karate man.
So,
yeah.
Flower Power. It is with local floral expert Rexanne Tribble, and create your own stunning floral arrangements. Whether you're a budding flower enthusiast or just looking for a fun, creative experience, this class is for you. It says, come for flowers, stay for the fun, and leave with a beautiful arrangement and a newfound flower arranging skill. Sign up today. Registration is required, and spots are filling up fast. For more information, go to southark.edu.
This sounds fun, but, it looks like maybe it could be like that cork and canvas. It would be flowers and
cold beer?
Cold beer. Okay, you're from East Texas.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, true story.
Yep.
Boomer and I and Steve Harrell, we were leaving a football game one night.
In a dry county. And we were looking for anywhere that sold beer.
And because Steve was with us, and
he drinks beer.
He drinks beer. Yeah. And so I walk into this store in Malvern.
Yeah.
And there's 4 state troopers standing there. And I was like, excuse me, where a fella could get a cold beer?
Say it like you say it, really say it.
I say, excuse me, You know where a fellow could get a cold beer?
Cold beer, yeah.
Yeah. And this state trooper turns around and looks at me and he says, "You have got to be from Texas." I was like, "I am." And he said, "Because only Texans think, here's an interstate. You know what goes really good with an interstate? A cold beer." And you say it all in one word.
Yeah, cold beer.
He said, "There's a store just a few miles down." He pointed us towards
the hot springs.
Yeah, towards Hot Springs.
Yeah.
And we went down and got Steve some beer.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, it is.
He's the only one not here, so it's
so it was all Steve's beer.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I don't know what anyone else would think.
I miss Steve.
I do too.
Let's go to New Orleans tomorrow.
Okay.
You got tickets?
For what?
For something in New Orleans. I mean, we're talking about, shows and stuff here. Maybe there's something we can go see in New Orleans.
I bet there's plenty of free stuff to see in New Orleans.
They'll hold the door open and let you look for a minute.
Yeah.
You want to come in? No, that's a dude.
So, yeah, the boys, my two oldest sons, they were little. I took them down to Bourbon Street and daytime. I wouldn't take them down there at night, but I took them daytime. And we got to Bourbon Street, and I said, "Okay, listen, guys." I said, 2 rules. 1, stay in front of me so that I can see you at all times, okay? And I said, "You're not going to have any problems, but just stay in front of me,
right in front of me,
where I can see you at all times." And the second rule is, I don't care what she looks like, there's a 50-50 chance it's not a girl.
Dude, yeah.
So we're walking by this one establishment, and there's what appears to be a female derriere sticking out of the door and twerking.
Yeah.
Now, one of my sons, I won't say which one, was about, 12 years old at the time, and was very interested in this version of the derriere that was sticking out the door and shaking. The other son walks up behind him and says, "Not a girl."
Not a girl. I think I know how that went. Without saying anything.
Hey, today's show is being brought to you in part by our friends at the Murphy Arts District. Coming up Friday, May 2nd, is 5-time Grammy nominee and 5-time Dove Award-winning contemporary Christian artist Crowder with special guest Crutchfield. Crowder seamlessly blends genres from folk and bluegrass to electronic rock and even elements of urban. If you appreciate good music with a positive message, you don't want to miss this show. For more information, go to eldomad.com. That's eldomad.com. And of course, you can find information for upcoming shows there as well.
Now, Crowder's a local guy. He's from Texarkana.
Yeah.
And just an amazing artist. We saw him with several others in Shreveport a few years ago. And we're excited about him coming. I've got another one, too, that you don't have listed. Can I mention something?
Absolutely.
So this Sunday night at Emmanuel Baptist Church, there's a lady that's coming. And she's been in music for a long time. And she sings Christian music. And I can't remember her name.
Sandy Patty?
Sandy Patty, thank you. See, I knew you'd know. Yeah, that's at Emmanuel Baptist Church, and I got my Inner Circle tickets yesterday.
Okay.
And the guy at the church said, I said, "What does that get me?" He says, "About 4 feet." He said, "You could have spent a lot less money and you'd been 4 feet further back." I said, "Well, give me those." He goes, "Already ran your card."
Yeah, too late. Too late. Already ran your card.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which
Sandy
is
Patty.
which is what I say all the time when they're like, "I need to run your card." I said, "Well, do I look like Boomer?" Like, yeah, kind of. You do. I was good. Here, take this card then. So, hey, it is time for another silent night of reading. Silent Reading Night, and that's happening Tuesday, April the 15th. And so what is Silent Reading Night, you might ask?
What is that?
Well, you bring a book with you or buy one at the store at the 1988 bookstore. Grab a seat around the store, and they will read in complete silence for 1 hour. Then following that hour, they'll have about a 15 or 20-minute social time where you can talk about your book or someone else's book. And, of course, 4 Points Coffee will be open prior to the event, so you can get you a cozy beverage. And it was funny because one of the things that Katie, the owner, has said, she said, sometimes the best comfort is reading in the quiet and having old friends or having friends, old or new, close by. So for more information, go by and check it out at the 1988 bookstore in downtown El Dorado.
That sounds like,
it does sound pretty cool. It's not something I would do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're old like us, we read in our underwear at home. I mean, not together, but
yeah, please, no, not that. Anything but that. So, hey, we appreciate you so much for this inaugural episode of Off the Back Porch with Sandy and Boomer. We will, God willing, the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
We'll come back and do it again next week. Until then, hey, we sure like seeing you here. You can connect with us at southarkansasnow.com or find our Facebook page. Just search for South Arkansas Now. Till next time, God bless.